Hey guys, I'm Erik Peterson, and I'm a men's dating and relationship coach for skillofattraction.com. And today's coaching video is called No Contact is Killing Me. Now, as many of you know, these coaching videos is when one of you guys writes into me when you're having some sort of relationship issue. And if I think it's a good question that will benefit my subscribers and the YouTube viewing community as a whole, like other people may be going through the same situation or a similar situation, I answer it in a video to help you guys. Now, in this video, what I liked was, well, this guy, he was in a relationship for 9 months with his girlfriend. And at one point, he was being pretty hard on her, where it was kind of making her feel like shit. And she ended up breaking up with him. They got back together a week later, but she decided that she was going to move out. They were living together. And this caused his separation anxiety to like shoot through the roof. And he started getting really needy, blowing up her phone. And then she broke up with him again, and he was begging her. Now he's in no contact, and he's discovering how difficult no contact really is, especially when you're really into somebody. I mean, it's difficult anyway, but when you're really into someone, it's even more difficult. But before we get started, I just wanted to say that if you guys find this video helpful or any of my videos helpful, I would really appreciate a thumbs up, and for you to share it with any of your friends and family who may also find it helpful. And I would also really appreciate if you guys hit the subscribe button down below and to tick that little bell symbol that's next to it. By doing this, this will give you real-time notifications of when I upload new videos. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to shoot me an email. To do this, all you have to do is head over to my website at skillofattraction.com, click on the contact tab, and you can shoot me a message from there. Now, I do have to take care of my paying clients first, and I do have a pretty full plate these days, but I will get back to you. You just need to be patient, and I will respond to you as soon as I can. Now, if you need to get in touch with me right away, the best way to do that is, again, head to my website at skillofattraction.com, click on the coaching tab, and there I have several options for you to choose from. I provide emergency email coaching where I will respond to you within 24 to 48 hours, depending on which option you select. And I also provide monthly coaching where I will work with you throughout the month to try to get whatever relationship issue you're having turned around and get you back on track. And just so you know, I have the links to both my contact page and my coaching page in the description down below. So let's get onto this email. He says, "Hello, I love you video. Oh, just so you know, English is not his first language, and I'm trying to read it verbatim, but everything that he says here, it should still make complete sense, but just so you understand what's going on here." He says, "Hello, I love you video. I share with friends and family who I think they need it, and they like it too." Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I mean, it's great that you have found the videos helpful, and I totally appreciate when you guys share it with your friends and family. "Me and my ex, we dated about 9 months. I totally fall in love with her, but she broke up with me on March 31st because I was putting too much of pressure on her. I was pretty hard on her by asking her to grow up. She can't really taking care of herself sometimes, like paperwork at school or tax stuff, etc., and need me to help her, which I did help her the first time, but not the second time. And I would be frustrating and mad at her." Well, you have to understand that for women, it's all about how you make them feel. I mean, that's what really sticks with them. It's not necessarily what you say or do, though that can have a big impact on how they feel, but the idea is, I mean, if a woman is feeling bad in the relationship all the time, she's not going to want to stick around. I mean, relationships are supposed to be fun and playful and good times. If there's always drama and anger, she's not going to stick around. I mean, would you want to stick around for something like that? I know I wouldn't. So if you're angry with her just because she needs some help with something, I mean, obviously that's going to make her feel like shit. And the same thing, I mean, if she were always on your case and being hard on you, you wouldn't want to stick around either. So you just need to be a little patient. And instead of getting upset or frustrated with her, perhaps you could teach her how to do it. I mean, she might not pick it up right away, but, you know, you could stand over her shoulder and show her how to do certain things. I mean, it sounds like you guys are young. You mentioned paperwork at school, so she probably doesn't know how to do a lot of this stuff. And part of relationships is you're growing together. So you can't expect her to know everything that you know, and vice versa. We got back together around April 5th. She decided to give us a shot, but she moved out from me and went back with her family. After she moved out, I was having separation anxiety. I blow up her phone and being very needy. So she broke up with me again on April 14th. So 9 days. I was begging, and just like you said in the video, I was pushing her away. Well, that's exactly right. You push her away with your needy behavior, and that will happen every single time. I mean, if you're needy once in a while here and there, it's not that big of a deal. But if you're doing it all the time, especially if it's very emotional, you're definitely going to push her away. And women see this as weak, and it makes them think, if he's acting this way just because I moved out, how is he going to handle something where it's big trouble and real times of trouble? And believe me, I know how uncomfortable and how painful the separation anxiety can be. I mean, each and every one of us has to face that kind of anxiety at some point in our life, and usually multiple points during our life. But, you know, you're not alone, and you really can't avoid it. It's in us all naturally. It's just part of how we're wired. But the thing is, you have to find a way to get it under control. And the best way that I have found is that you turn your focus towards things that please you. You know, your passions, your goals, your hobbies, maybe working out. I mean, that by exercising, you increase the endorphins. That's like your natural feel good drugs that's inside of you. And no matter what you do, you're still gonna feel that anxiety. But by focusing on positive things, it's gonna make it not so intense. And you have to understand that this is textbook law of attraction. Whatever you focus on, you're gonna end up getting. So if you're focusing on the anxiety all the time, it's going to be more intense. Plus, I mean, as you experience firsthand, girls find it very repulsive when you're anxious and needy all the time. It's just completely disgusting to them from when it's coming from a man. He continues here, after the second breakup, we still talk here and there. We went out and hang out a few times, like bring her belongings back to her. Last time was on May 8th. We hang out, we were having dinner together, and we went for a walk at nearby park. We were laughing and we had some physical touch. No hold hands or kiss, just playful touch. At the end, we did hug. I requested. Okay, I just wanted to point out here real quick. I mean, you never ask a girl for permission to hug her or to kiss her or to touch her. Again, this is weak, and it communicates that you're uncertain of yourself. Women like confident men. Now, I am in no way suggesting that you just take what you want from her or from any woman for that matter. But the idea is to create the atmosphere and the occasion where she wants you to make a move without you having to ask. Now, this could take some practice trying to read women, but it's not that big of a deal. If you misread her and you make a move and she doesn't want it, she's going to stop you. And then obviously you're you are going to want to respect her boundaries. I can't talk tonight. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, if she stops you, respect her boundaries and just back off then. He continues, before we said goodbye, I told her I can't be friend with her no more. If she changed her mind, she can contact me, but I don't want just friendship. I want more with her. She wasn't too happy, but she said she understand. I believe I start the no contact at that moment. I haven't contacted her since May 17th. This no contact is killing me. I try to keep myself together and stay busy, but in late night, it's the worst. It absolutely is the worst at night. I don't even know if I should do this no contact, or I should go back where we were hang out sometimes and try to get her back that way. It's not the way to do it. I'm scared I will lose her by doing no contact. Please help. Okay, well, first, you said the last time you contacted her was on May 17th, which was yesterday. So you're not really a no contact. And maybe you started no contact on May 8th and you contacted her again on the 17th. But you have to understand that anytime you break no contact, you're essentially starting at square one. You're starting all over again. But I could definitely relate to how difficult it could be. I mean, especially when you're just learning this stuff. But it's difficult no matter what. If you're in love with a girl or a guy, for my female viewers, it's going to be extremely difficult no matter what you do. It's difficult for me when I go through it. But once you learn how to balance that out with doing other things, it makes it a little easier, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. You also mentioned that you were afraid that you will lose her by doing no contact. Now, I did a video a while back called Will My Ex Forget About Me During No Contact? I think that's what it was called, but you should watch it. But the short answer to that is no, she's not going to forget about you. If she cared about you at all, she's thinking about you just as much as you're thinking about her right now. I know sometimes that's hard to believe, but she is, trust me. And she won't forget about you. But you should know that you are definitely doing the right thing here. I mean, you told her what you want. You told her how you feel. You left the door open for her. And you are not agreeing to friendship. And this is exactly how you should be handling this. And by you pulling away, you're essentially causing her a sense of loss. I know you feel it because she broke up with you, but by you pulling away, you're creating that same sense of loss in her. And when a woman is on the fence like this about you, or jerking you around, or she's not really that sure, she needs to feel what life is like without you. She needs to see if she misses you. And only then can she process how she truly feels about you. And if you keep contacting her, she's never going to experience what it's like without you because you're always there. And I promise you, if she truly loves you and she truly values you, she will not let you go, at least not permanently. So that's something to think about. I just did a video the other day where I talk about how relationships are a marathon. They're not a race to the finish line. They're not a sprint. You have to be patient. You have to be strong. And things will work out if they're meant to work out. I know people hate hearing that. If it's meant to be, it'll be. But it's true. And by you doing it this way, you're basically putting your foot down and saying, hey, I want you, but if you're not on board, then I'm moving on to find someone else that does respect me, that does value me, and who wants more than a friendship. And at this point, if you go back on that, she's never going to respect you. And women do not love men that they do not respect. It's just a fact of life. And I know the nights are super tough. It's so much easier during the day because your mind is active. You can find things to do. But when you're laying in bed and all this stuff is going through your head, I call them thought loops. where you're thinking about the same thing over and over again. You're having the same conversations inside your head with her over and over again, and it's just driving you absolutely crazy. And there are some things you could do. I mean, if you don't work out, like exercise or anything like that, I highly recommend you do that. Like I said, not only does it increase the endorphins that is flowing through your body, which will make you feel better, it will increase your confidence, and it will also help you sleep at night. But if you are doing that and you still can't sleep, the other thing I recommend is taking some melatonin. Now, I don't know where you're located, so I can't say if it's available there, but in the States, melatonin, it's a natural drug that you could buy over the counter. It doesn't even cost that much. It's natural inside of us. It's actually the opposite of serotonin. Serotonin is another one of those natural feel-good drugs that is, flowing through us. Sunlight increases serotonin, things like that. But melatonin is the opposite of that. It will help you sleep. So I recommend trying that. It's a natural sleep aid. There's no addictive qualities to it, at least not physically. Maybe in your head there will be, but physically it's not addictive at all. So it's not like getting a prescription from your doctor where something that you could get addicted to. It's not like that at all. I take it all the time. Like 15 years ago, I was having a hell of a time sleeping. I can never sleep. It was terrible. And I tried so many different things. And melatonin worked for me. But for some people, reading a book before they go to sleep helps. Drinking warm milk. I mean, there's all kinds of natural remedies. Get on the computer and Google natural remedies for sleep. I do not recommend drinking or taking illegal drugs. While that may help you sleep, you're going down a very dark road, and in the end, in the long run, it's going to do you way more harm than good. So I highly suggest you stay away from that. Look for natural remedies. But that is it for this video. I hope that answered your question and helped you out a bit. Just stay strong and keep plugging away, keep moving forward. And like I said, if she truly loves you and values you, she will be back at some point in the future. So just don't sweat it. Focus on yourself right now, and everything's going to work out okay. So I will catch you guys on the next video. Have a good one. Bye-bye.